Welcome back to our next episode of The Doggone Truth About Rescue. Today we're going to be talking about New Year, new fundraising. So we have some fun opportunities coming up. We have two special guests on with us today. I'll let you guys introduce. I know you're not new to the podcast, but you might be new to new listeners. So just a little brief background and your connection with Always and Forever. So Shelby, we'll start with you.
Sure.
Oh, wait, sorry. I do not mean to cut you off. Sarita Napaloo is also joining us today. Of course, our co-host. You want to say hi?
Yo, yo, yo.
She's here. Okay, Shelby, go ahead.
All righty. So my name's Shelby, and I am the relationship coordinator for Always and Forever. So what that means is I'm doing a lot of fundraising and events, but I'm also out in the community just, getting to know people, making sure they know who we are, what we do, things like that. So yeah, that's me.
How long have you been with Always and Forever?
So I started pretty early as a volunteer. I think it was like we were about three months old. I think it was one of the first orientations. And then I just actually started on staff at the end of September, 1st of October. So from the beginning as a volunteer, but now made the jump, left my career, and here I am. And I foster a bunch of our cats and foster fail them, apparently. So,
all right. And our next guest.
I'm Amy Stecker, and I'm just a volunteer that kind of helps anywhere I can. And a big part of that is with the fundraising and the events, or if Shelby needs me to come do a tour or a talk, I'm happy to do so.
Perfect. Well, we're very thankful to have you both on tonight, since Always and Forever is ran 100% by donations and fundraisers. What you guys do is a huge part and the backbone of the sanctuary. So since it is beginning of this year, still in my mind, we're in January, even though we're mid-February. Can we get a quick recap of last year's fundraisers and kind of the most successful ones you were most excited about, I guess? And this is a lot of questions at the same time. I'm just brain dumping, and did better than expected.
Let's see. Well, I'm kind of thinking backwards. Really, our last thing was the gala, which was, is always a blast. We always have a really good time at that. So I think for me, the gala definitely stands out as kind of one of the highlights. And that'll be when we're looking at next year. We did change the date up a little bit, but this one should stick moving forward. I think it'll be the first weekend in August. So this year it's August 2nd. And then moving forward, we're going to do a whole weekend of activities, the weekend of the gala, we've been calling it homecoming weekend. So it's almost think like homecoming or friends and family weekend in college, where everybody comes back and we make a whole weekend of it. We'll have volunteer opportunities. We're going to have kind of a laid back event that Friday. The gala will be Saturday. We'll do something on Sunday. So it'll be a whole weekend for people to come in.
And we're changing. It's a different location, right?
Yes. It's called the Cable Event Center.
Oh,
and it says North Kansas City, but it's really not far, from where we have some of our events. It's a little farther north, but
it's in the city of North Kansas City. So that's just across the bridge. So 5 minutes from downtown.
Yeah.
This looks nice. I just Googled it and looked at it. This will be fun. That's a good area too, to do stuff right afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Or before.
Oh, absolutely. So, for me, the gala, and then not to pick on Amy, but I think one of the biggest things that was a real excitement for me that went really well for our first year is, I don't know if Amy, if you want to talk about the art show a little bit, because that was something brand new this last year that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, so it was our first year doing it. I was very lucky that where I work, I'm a realtor at Kansas City Realty Services, and we have a really nice office space in the west side. And it's great for events. It's right there kind of by First Friday area, by the crossroads. And so it just kind of fits the theme. So we did it the first Friday in September, and we'll do that again this year. The background for it looks like an art show. So it was great. And then we literally just asked people to donate artwork. We honestly had no vision for it. I wanted some art that dogs did, which those sold for the most. So we're definitely going to do those again. But then I wanted some people trying to draw our dogs, which we got some of that. One of our highest was Jet drew his friend Grandpa. That went for a lot. It was very cute. But then we had some real artists donate real artwork that really had nothing to do with dogs, but was really nice to have there because there was just something for everyone. And it was a great time. It was free to come. I mean, we asked if you wanted to give a donation, that's great. But then it was just free to come. We had some wine, we had some snacks, and then the artwork was up for auction. And so we had that. And at the end of the day, we raised 10,000, right around 10,000. Mm-hmm. Now, a big part of that was the big TK Bejeweled artwork. I believe that raised 4,000. Correct me if I'm wrong, Shelby.
Sounds right. Don't quote me on it, but
the show itself raised 6,000. There was no cost to it. There was no overhead cost. So that's honestly fantastic because literally everything we made, went back to Always and Forever. So it's a great first year, definitely a learning experience for those that were there. It wasn't the smoothest auction in the world. There were definitely some hiccups. But in
our defense, we used brand new software too to put the auction site on. So
yeah, it was the first year. We learned a lot. Hopefully this year will be better. It was a great event. So, and it brought a different crowd. Mm-hmm. Not that we don't love everyone that comes to all of our events. Please come to the art show too. But we definitely had people there that had never heard of Always and Forever. They just were in the area. They knew our brokerage. They got the advertisement through someone in our brokerage and came. So it was great to talk to different people.
Did the TK Bejeweled art stay with Always and Forever, or did it get bought up?
It did. It did. It got donated back. It's actually currently still in my office where it looks fantastic.
I was going to ask if it was still in your office.
It is. It looks fantastic there, but it will be going to Homestead East, and we'll kind of be like, as soon as we're moving into Homestead East at any point and we're there regularly, then that'll kind of become the focal piece of art that we'll hang up. But until someone's there regularly, we're obviously not going to leave the artwork there. So,
and you said that's the first Friday of September?
Correct.
If there is any artists listening, or if we know of any artists that would be interested in making art for this, to give them enough time.
Yep. We're going to start promoting it. Yes, we're going to start promoting it now. We'll come pick up the artwork if you're local. So, they can always email the info@alwaysandforever.org, and we can arrange that so we can come get it. Some people the Bejeweled TK was from Australia. So she mailed that. It was amazing. So obviously you can mail artwork to us. But yeah, we're going to start promoting it now because I do know the artists, the real artists, they take, obviously a while to create things. So.
Mm-hmm. My oldest sister, I don't know if she listens or not, but she is an artist and an art teacher and has her own art studio. So I will be putting in a request for her to be making a few.
That would be great.
They will be coming from New York.
Heck yeah. Well, and something to keep in mind too, one thing that I personally didn't expect, which was really cool, is we also, you get your traditional art that you think about, but like I had someone reach out to me who's a friend of a friend who made these really pretty like stakes that go in your garden that have jewels all over it. I mean, we had jewelry. We had, what else do we have?
My mom did little painted rocks for kids. Mm-hmm. They were like, donate $5 and the kid has this little keepsake rock that had little dogs and cats. And I mean, they were really cute.
Oh, that's so perfect.
So if somebody has stuff like that, maybe they do stained glass or they do something. So people can think beyond your typical drawings, paintings. We had some photography. We had some really pretty sunflower photography, things like that. So
now my brain's turning on that to get stuff turned around. And this is enough time out in advance to really start getting it. Sai, do you want to start taking some painting classes?
They do those
Sip and draw.
What is it called?
Sip and the sip and wine.
Yes.
I don't know what
Like
it's
the
called.
paint and
but-
sip.
Yes, the
Paint and
paint and
sip.
sip.
There we go.
We did one of those at the Gray Barn this summer, and let's
Oh,
just say
well.
I do not have a talent for that, and I have no future in art. It was pretty awful.
Maybe we do
But
a
we had fun.
next episode live and we go to one of those and talk through our experience on learning how to paint. And then at the end of it, donate it as Doggone Truth About Rescue.
There you go.
Another
Yeah.
event that's right around the same time, Shelby, Miranda's not on here, but the 5K is another event that has
Mhm.
really picked up steam. I think we
Mhm.
just decided that we've done it for 4 years. So this will be our 5th year anniversary. And Miranda deserves all the credit for that. And
Mhm.
she's not on here to actually talk about it. But that is the Sunday of Labor Day weekend.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, it's always
Every
that
year.
Sunday during the DeSoto Days Festival.
So
Yes.
also something you need time to start training for.
Correct. Correct. But you can also walk it and you can bring your dog and it's around a lake. So yeah, you don't really have an excuse.
Oh my God. I'm looking at the event page now and I cannot help but laugh about the event coming up on Sunday, March 9th. The
Spaghetti.
Spaghetti and No Balls fundraisers. I need to know who thought about that and all the details because that is incredible marketing and that title name.
Yeah, that was kind of a Miranda and I brainchild.
I
We can't
figured
take
it was
full-
Miranda. Yeah.
Yeah, we can't take full credit for it because some other shelters have done it. But leave it to us. We've been trained by Jen, so it's becoming much bigger than it planned. So not only is there going to be a, Italian buffet of food, we now have a live singer that will be serenading us there. I believe we're going to be able to color on the tables. So it's become a little bigger than what we had planned, but in a fabulous way.
That is great. Well, I'm reading the description too. $36,000 a year on spays and neuters alone is
Mhm.
a very large number. What is the goal for this event to fundraise?
The nice thing about this event, kind of like when Amy was talking about the art show, we're really hopeful that there won't be any money out of pocket for it. So all the money from the ticket sales, besides ticket sales, we will have some raffle baskets there people can buy tickets for. But one thing I did want to note is if somebody doesn't live local, we are selling spay and neuter t-shirts
Okay.
along with this and pasta that can both be bought online. So if they go to that event, there's a link there and they can buy a t-shirt, a spay neuter t-shirt, or they can buy the specialty pasta, a lot like the popcorn fundraisers we do. It gets mailed right to their home, but it's like shaped like there's dog ones and princess ones and all these different pastas. So if somebody can't come to an event, a lot of times there's a way to support it.
Beautiful.
So
Yeah, because that one I think I'll be out of town, but
One that you can talk about, Sheila, is you can talk about our hockey.
I'm looking at the event page. Is it
We
happening?
don't have a date yet for
last I talked to Brooke, there wasn't a date yet, unless
Okay,
people
but it's
know more than I
usually
do.
in May or June.
Yeah.
So Pucks for Paws, it's going to be how many years have we done that now?
I think this will be the 4th,
Third.
won't it? Or is
Yeah,
it
we've
third?
done it 3 years in a row. Now
Yeah.
it'll be the 4th.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Such a fun event, a very long event. But
It is long.
especially if you make it to the championships. But just to get everybody together on the ice, just a fun overall hockey tournament. Each team is kind of represented by a dog. My dog always ends up making an appearance. It was Kingston and then Bailey, but we're always on Team TK. It gets interesting though, because there's people like Cy and I who are just starting out in hockey. And then there's people that have been either playing in college or at a lot higher levels. So entertaining either way to sit and watch.
Yeah.
But
It is fun to watch, even though I know nothing about hockey. It is fun to watch. And you all would be proud of me. I was out to eat a couple weeks ago and I was sitting there and the table next to me was talking about hockey. And it was a younger gentleman. And I was like, hey, let me tell you about our event we have. And I gave him my card.
Sai, give your feedback on the event from your view.
That's one of my favorite events, only because I love seeing the dogs come on the ice.
It
Everybody's
is a really
excitement.
fun day for the dogs.
It is.
Yeah.
Which dog's team won last year? Because I know the year before last, it was Grandpa's
Grandpa's
team.
one, yeah. I
And
don't
then
know last year.
TK's, and
We
then it
won.
was.
I don't know who went last year because it wasn't us, so it doesn't. But yeah, so
And
that's
then
coming up.
this year we're hoping, there's no date, there's nothing set in stone, but we're hoping to do volleyball. So similar to hockey, just volleyball. So are you guys in for that?
We've got some good people in our pocket for that one. Not that we did it for hockey, but
Yeah, and we're looking right there next to the ice rink at
Yeah,
that same
same
volleyball
location.
place.
as long as
Yeah.
it's not 90 degrees out or 80.
80's fine. 90, no. I agree.
Yeah.
Sai, we can be coaches and Lucky can just bring all of her friends.
We'll have the University of Arkansas Razorback volleyball team come support and
I know they're stacking
for
the
us.
deck.
Yeah, I have to play these people.
We'll just be the coaches with Kingston. Other sporting one coming up, again, annual at this point. Tee up for Tails golf tournament.
Mm-hmm. And right now we're really looking for sponsors.
Okay.
A whole sponsor is $500. Then we've got some other where you can sponsor breakfast and some other things, but and of course looking for teams. So, and it is not competitive. Don't worry. We just have fun. So, yeah, that's our biggest push right now. We've already got several teams signed up, which is great. But we're definitely looking for whole sponsors. So if somebody's looking, I mean, you all know what a big audience we have on social media. They'll get thanked on there. So the return on investment's really good for somebody for a $500 whole sponsor. They'll get shared on our social media, but then obviously have signage at the tournament too.
When do you give the date and location of that?
Oh, it is Thursday, May 15th. And it's at Sycamore Ridge Golf Course, which is in Spring Hill, right there, right off the highway as you're pulling into Spring Hill. So very nice course. I don't play golf, but I can drive a mean golf cart. So I usually don't. Hey, last year I drove it with a boot on because I had broke my ankle. Spent the day driving around with my foot.
Man.
And then just one other one I'd really like to plug that's new for this year is just a couple of days after golf, May 17th, we're having our 7th anniversary celebration. And that's going to be a little different too. Usually it's been a little more casual out in the front yard at the Red Barn. We're actually doing that at a place that's really close to Homestead East. It's called Saddle Creek. And it's a horse stable. So you can go out and pet horses, and it's a winery. So we're going to have appetizers there, and it's not going to be like full-fledged like the gala. It's not a full meal, but we'll have some appetizers and they'll have wine. We're going to set up some tables, like maybe one for each year to kind of highlight what happened in Always and Forever World those years. We'll have raffle baskets. So if somebody can't come to the 7th anniversary, there is an option where you can donate $77 towards it to help cover costs and things in honor of it. So that's on the 17th. I know that's Mother's Day time, graduation time, but
Playing football in Chicago that day, so
Including Jen?
'Cause that's where she kind of started her roots to end it. But we'll leave that up to Jen on priorities.
she retired like 3 years ago. Apparently
We all
not.
did, Shelby.
I was just going to say, I thought you guys all were done.
And then on the beginning season of this podcast, we all decided to come back for one more.
You all popped
because
up on
of
my
Jen.
TikTok the other night. I was like, I know them.
We did come up on your few.
Casey Glory did. It popped up. It was like a signing day, kind of,
Yeah.
where everybody was walking through and doing their, sorry.
Shared comment.
Little
Always
sidebar, but
comes up on mine so much more now. It makes me so happy.
I love it.
Oh my God.
But yeah, the 7th anniversary, it'll be a lot of fun. The place is gorgeous where we're having it there at
Oh my
Saddle
God.
Creek.
Looking it up right now, there's so many things to do here.
Really right off of 40 in Noland. It's just, it's really close to the new homestead. So yeah, just a lot of fun stuff coming up. The entire month of March, shameless plug, is we're going to be working with Little Caesars.
Ooh.
And you can either order a make your own kit, kind of like you'd take home, like from a Papa Murphy's, or if you have it delivered, we get, I think it's $7 per order. So we're pushing it during March Madness. Watch basketball, order some pizza.
Is this for all locations?
It is all locations.
Okay.
Oh,
So it's another great way for people that don't live around here, but if you happen to have a Little Caesars
Well,
nearby,
even
that'll
if you
run the whole
don't-
month of March. So
Isn't it even if you don't have a Little Caesars because they send you the kit?
yeah,
in the
that's
mail.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you don't even have to live by a Little Caesars.
oh, that's
good point. Yeah. So just trying out a lot of new stuff and
We do a lot of those
Uh,
food fundraisers, which some have been great. You know, they're hit and miss, but some have been, great this year.
the tea party. That's another new one.
yes, super excited
That
for
sold
that
out?
one. So yeah, that we did have to reschedule it. So it's March 22nd now. And Sarah, another one of our team members, her mom is running it. She does those. And so there'll be scones and desserts. And if you want to, there's going to be a contest for the fanciest hat. So you can wear I don't know if I can get away with, I have a Kentucky Derby hat. Could that count? I wonder.
Bridgerton theme. Oh, that's so
There
cool.
you go. So, but there's limited space. So I don't even drink tea, but I'm going to go for the scones and desserts and the fancy hats.
Yeah, I'm looking now. The 10:30 a.m. spot is sold out, but there's still spots available for the 1:30 p.m. session.
Perfect.
So
Yeah. So
you guys have
So
nothing
just-
going on at all.
Oh, no. Well, and we've got kind of like Amy was saying, we've got some stuff that isn't locked in yet. Like this summer, we're going to have a garage sale at Homestead East. So we'll have a lot of stuff going on there. I actually just met last week. It's not even on the books yet, but there's some people I know that do improv comedy and they want to do like, when you see the roasts that they do on comedians, they want to do that, but we're going to pair each of our dogs up with one of the improv people and they'll roast the dog.
That's a
Shelby,
cute
you
idea.
should get Nate Jackson. Remember I seen you there?
Yes, I love him.
Yeah.
We'll have a Hamburger Mary's again,
Oh,
as we always
mhm.
do.
Yeah, I'm keeping my eye on April. April dates for bingo should come out anytime. So, and then Miranda will do her egg drop again. Basically, you can put an order in for either dogs or kids, and we will drop eggs in your front yard, appropriate to what you want, depending on who's in your home, and you can have your own egg hunt. So we do that all around the Casey metro area too.
I think a couple of years ago, I was sent on a couple of errands to do egg drops. And at that time, my kids wasn't interested in doing the egg, hiding the eggs and going to find them because they're grown now. But when I was sent by, I believe it was Jen, to go do an egg drop, I thought it was so cool that I was
I bought a pair
egging
of bunny
somebody's
ears I wear
house
when I
that
do
wasn't
it.
even mine.
It's one of my favorite things each year. So I like doing that.
When is Easter this year? Let me look at my planner. April 20th, Sunday.
Yes, because she's doing it on the 19th, but that's flexible. There's one family that always orders a ton, but just wants me to bring them to them and then they lay them out themselves
Smart.
later in the day and do it at other times. So
Oh my gosh.
we're good with that too. So we've always got something going on, whether it be online, in person. We did get some questions, and so we are on Zelle now. So that's been added to our lists of ways you can donate.
Okay.
So
While we're at
that's
that question, if you donate via Venmo, please make sure that you are on our charity page and it's official. Scammers are disgusting, and there's a lot of them
and they're
out
getting
there.
slick. Yeah.
Yeah, there's probably 3 or 4 fake pages of people trying to pretend to be us, and we report them and we try to get them taken down, and then they'll pop back up or they never get taken down. So
Is there a
sometimes
way
it's
to
even
tell the difference between?
well, it's the charity one. So when you search for it, the business one is us as well. So if someone sends it to them, that's fine. But we tell people look for it to be labeled as the charity because we're the only one that's officially designated as a charity with our name in Venmo. But if it's just a random person, like I think there's one that uses a logo similar to ours and then it ends with like an I or something.
Yeah, I just looked at it. There's another one that's like Furever and Fur Always. And
Yeah.
okay, now I see it. So when you type in Always and Forever in Venmo and you search, you have to search the whole thing through, and then it'll categorize businesses, charities, and then
Mhm.
Yeah. If you do the charity one, people can't replicate that
okay.
because, we have to be registered to be a charity. And so they can't replicate that. So you have to be under our charity or do it through our website or through, or through Zelle. People can't hack that. I don't think. I hope not.
Oh, why not? Yeah, people get slick. It's sad, but yeah. And if anybody ever has questions, they can always email us. But like Amy said, if they use that charity one, then they know for sure.
No, that's good. Perfect. So yeah, a lot going on. I did notice you guys have been doing pagers. Is that a word? Pages on.
I had a pager in high school.
I know. Showing my age.
Yeah.
Pages showing all the upcoming events for fundraising. I'm going to do a shameless plug of we do have a Doggone Truth About Rescue Instagram page now that we're building out. So I might be taking those and resharing them on
Please
ours.
do.
I will after this episode as well. And maybe like beginning of each month, post it again of upcoming events as those get updated. But a lot of exciting things coming up. I was putting them all on my calendar as we were sitting here to make sure.
Well, and one thing that especially you two will be interested in, and I think Amy knows this too, is I found out maybe over the weekend sometime that we got selected as a beneficiary for Q for a Cause with Mitch Schwartz again. So that'll come when is that? June, I want to say.
It's always in June, yeah.
June or May. It's around the end of the glory season.
We have
that's
so
right.
much fun every year. Shelby, you didn't share how much we made last year when we went. Do you remember?
I think it was 20,000, wasn't it?
It was at least 20. Yeah. So if anybody, and people can go to that. And since we're a beneficiary, if they attend it and buy a ticket, I know we have one particular volunteer that I've known for a million years that's always at it. And one of the reasons she keeps coming back is because we're one of the beneficiaries. So people can buy tickets to that. So if they just keep their eyes peeled for Q for a Cause, we'll be a part of that. So they have a huge silent auction. Basically, if you don't know the premise of it, it's a lot of, especially some of the younger players, but then there's some big name players there too. And the who's who of barbecue sets up, and the Chiefs players serve you barbecue. That's included in your ticket. Also, they have a big silent auction too. So
found it. It's June 11th this year.
Boom. Okay. I figured it was usually early June. I was trying to remember.
It was on a Wednesday last year.
I don't remember.
It was like a Wednesday or Thursday. It was in the middle of the week.
Putting it in the calendar.
But yeah, basically everyone that's on this Zoom right now needs to lock their calendars in because I feel like it's been us since like the beginning. And Miranda.
You're right. It was, now I'm looking at it. It was on a Wednesday because then we left Thursday for playoffs that morning. But it's the week after WNFC playoffs this year. It'll be fun. It's fun time.
So yeah, lock it in. We got to represent always and forever because we bring the
We
party,
always do. We're always the first one on the dance floor. We always lock it in.
And I will say, as a vegetarian going to this event, there are always options. So just because it's a barbecue event, I mean, obviously you're not getting the meat portion, but the desserts, the drinks, the mac and cheese, the coleslaw, the bean option, like there are options.
Yeah. The mac and cheese and the cheesy corn is what I live for.
So yeah, you're not getting the meat part, but you're not going to go home starving at all or sober.
Hey, and we not only did we get out there on the dance floor, we created the dance floor because really that first year there wasn't one and we just kind of made it up.
That's a perfect one to end on. I would say top events for this year, my opinion rating 2 to 10, Q for a Cause, hockey tournament, gala. Let me look back.
Got to come to the art show next year.
Oh yeah, I do want to. That is on my list to go to.
Yes.
I didn't make it last year to check out the art show in September. I have not been to the golf tourney because
golf is a lot of fun. We have a good time, and it's just a whole different crowd too of people that sometimes that's the only time of year we see them.
So there's a lot. I'm excited for this year. I'm excited for all these things. We'll probably have you guys back in a few months to check in and get updates. But I'll let Sai take the episode from here.
Amy, have you been doing your research on who will be our cover dog?
I'm going to do research, and forgive me because I probably haven't listened to the last couple podcasts, but has Eclipse been picked recently?
No.
Okay, then I pick sweet little Eclipse.
Tell us about
Love
Eclipse.
Eclipse.
She is the sweetest little thing. I should know her backstory because I've typed it out several times. But I cannot think of it right now.
You're good.
As far as
I was going to
say,
up. I'm looking
it's probably on the. I know they say the same story every time. I know she was neglected pretty bad. She is so sweet. Anytime you take her out, she gives you lots of kisses. She's very gentle.
What barn is she at?
She's in Casey Mo. She's at the Gray Barn.
Yeah.
Dog friendly, people friendly, needs a selective home.
Yep.
Perfect. We will put her as the cover dog. I'm looking at her photos right now, and she has the cutest little face.
I take her sometimes. We did Christmas pictures with her, which turned out to be she should have been a model. One of the cutest pictures I've ever seen. But then I've taken her, she loved going there and running around so much. I've taken her back to Casey Mo East. When it's cold, we like to take them in and let them run around inside. And she just loves to be off leash and prancing around.
So details on Eclipse. She's the perfect size. She's 40 pounds. That's perfect, especially if your apartment only allows dogs under 50 pounds. Retriever Labrador mixed, 4 years old. What a sweet little girl. She'll be our cover dog. She'll be all over our Instagram. I'll be making posts of all of her photos to promote her, but she's a good one. She hasn't been picked yet. So good job, Amy. But thank you guys for coming on and sharing all the details. All right. Sai, back to you.
As always, it's never too late for happily ever after.